think I won't survive. When you're by my side, I feel alive as the dead become revived. Through the valley far and wide, my name will shine as a paragon of light. And you'll know through my sword and shield, I'll be your hero. I'll be your hero. Stand alone. And I'll be your hero. Yeah, I'll be your hero. Stand alone. I'll be your hero.
I don't know what's going on right now.
No big deal. No big deal. Alright, everybody here. Everybody say hi. Everybody good? Let me make sure mics are working. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Ian, you look downtrodden.
Just doing this Facebook post.
Sure. So, welcome all back to Old Bones and Grimm Tales and to this week's Grimm Talks. Kind of a laid-back version of our show where we have some roundtable discussions about D&D topics. As usual, I'm joined by my closest pals and friendos, Ian, Shawn, Wyler, and Justin. Say hi, everybody.
Hola.
The title was up wrong a minute ago. We're not continuing our campaign today. That's for Fridays. We stream Grimm Talks on Mondays. Today, we are going to discuss party compositions and kind of do an improvisational kind of little thing where we go through and we make a good standard party comp, and then we're going to make kind of like the great party comp, or no, well, fun. So, good, great, fun, and then really bad and shitty. And we'll do it in some order of that kind. But first, typically on Grimm Talks, we do a little bit of a recap from our Friday session, which got wild. Instead of just going through what happened, I'm gonna leave it up to the players this time to kind of talk about Friday's session. I want them to give their opinions and viewpoints, and not just what I saw, heard, and played through as the DM, because usually DM players' perception are a little bit different. So I'm gonna hand the mic over to you guys, and I want you to tell everybody about the Friday session.
All right. We can start with the beginning with the whole rewinding time. That threw me off. I was like thinking I was going to have to outrun some kind of explosion or something and take a crap ton of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Salathier, by the way.
Gave a little bit more insight of kind of what he is.
Yeah, so what Justin's talking about is there's this drow creature named Salathier that is stalking the party ever since Wyler's character came along. And he turned back time in the beginning of the session, stopping Honest from becoming another ticking time bomb, and did something to Vogar. Was that addressed at all in the session?
It was not addressed at all.
Yeah,
I have it written down
you never
as
even
question
checked
mark.
it? Yeah, you never even checked your back or anything, so. Yeah.
I didn't have an opportunity to really.
That is true. So
Then, then after that, I think Honest and Justin's character went to drop off something, and then Ian went to the bar,
yeah,
as typical.
yeah. Ian was at the IC Incubus decoding some messages, and then Vogar, Honest, and Thala went to meet up with Raz, their contact and employer. That's where your character came in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What'd you guys think of the rich boy underling in Isaiah?
Interesting. Still learning about him.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get to do too much other than some drunken shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the long run, it was kind of the session could really be divided up into 3 parts. Like the time and introduction of Isaiah, the drunken shenanigans, and then the basement.
Oh, the basement.
Yeah. Yep. So
Oof.
The basement was good
well,
old fashioned.
that's I do want to get to that and hear everybody's opinion on that. But you guys did have some bonding stuff. You hung out at the IC Incubus and then the 9 afternoon, and did a lot of drinking and bonding. So, but after that, you took your first job as a group. You went and was going to investigate for Gilbert Dowry, his cellar, because he said some things were going bump in the night down there.
Yeah.
And I think that at this point we've established that dark things are happening in the province all over the place. And it's kind of bad because a lot of it's revolving around you guys. But go ahead and you guys run them through the basement, the cellar experience and what all happened.
Walking down a very long, dark, unusually long, dark stair path and led into a room with what at least appeared to be the exact same person who hired us with his throat slit.
Hanging from the ceiling by a chain.
And the door locked as soon as we got down there.
Yeah. With the piano and the only thing in the room was a piano.
There's a bucket. There's a bucket full of blood.
There was
and-
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Bucket full of blood.
Which
It was
I
a
was
pretty
kind
good
of
puzzle.
Yeah, I was confused about the piano at first. I was like, why is that here? And then I went over it and looked at it. I was like, play dead. Wyler was first just to lay on the ground, which I thought that could be the case, but I was like, wait, is there because I knew there was an E and an A key. I didn't know there's a D key.
Yeah.
Because I played some instruments back in school, but not a ton. And I forgot all that shit since then.
And we only have one person in the party that's proficient in
Yeah.
performance, and who is that? Daraguul.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
funny
the
part.
half-orc.
The paladin. The paladin's got.
No, the drug addict half-orc paladin, the one who knows
Makes
music.
sense.
Yeah, it makes complete sense.
He's been on the road. He's played a few tales for somebody, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. So what was the puzzle? How did you guys end up solving it?
I think Daraguul actually grabbed the gnome and pulled him down, wasn't it?
It was
Got on
him
my
at
shoulders,
first.
There
Well,
was
we-
a cover
Yeah.
on the keys that we couldn't get to the keys.
That's right.
And
I
I
jimmied
decided
it.
to, yeah,
a
he
little
was,
bit.
you were jimmying it with your axe, and I decided to mess with the dwarf on the chain, pulled him down, and it raised the cover on the keys, which then allowed us to play the piano to play dead.
Which someone tried it first. I think Isaiah tried it first, or Vogar, one of the two. And you got the
think it was
first.
Vogar.
You got the first 2 keys right,
Mhm.
and then the latter 2 keys wrong, and the room started enclosing itself. upon
Started
you
to
guys.
shrink.
Yeah. So if it wasn't for one of our viewers, and then Daraguul, and the shenanigans that kind of came from that, it could have been a lot worse. But I think Daraguul, you ended up getting it in the end because you remembered the first 2 keys. And that opened a door. Let's talk about. So you guys escape the room, and you fall, and you awake in kind of a dewy part of the woodlands. So at this point, things are definitely a lot worse than what they seem. Let's talk about the willow tree, Thala, and what happened in the woodlands.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
there's. Oh, go ahead, Ian.
Nah, go ahead.
Don't be
there's
afraid
just,
to talk, guys.
I just
It's
don't
okay.
want to talk.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, there's this willow tree that was like clawed up. There's like a mark in it, and there's this shadowy paw that came out and away. And then Thala was just going crazy for some reason.
Yeah,
And
she and that we. So what you're essentially saying is you guys fell. There was the burnt tree. Gilbert was there, and he walked behind it, and then apparently from him, his claws kept reaching around and messing with you guys. Every time you'd look toward another tree or something, you'd see faces off in the woods, shadows, like shadow creatures and stuff like that. I don't remember exactly who decided to burn the tree.
This guy.
Me.
Vogar and Daraguul.
Yeah, we were kind of like,
Yep.
burn it, and he was like, I'm gonna get my tinderbox out.
Yeah, and you did kind of the badass light it, toss it, and it kind of immediately went up in flame. That's what triggered something else. Thala began to scream when the tree started to burn. So, and then she, as it was burning, claws came around, ripped it open. That led to finding a door. I'm pretty sure, right? Wasn't that the next step?
Yeah, there's a door.
Yeah. I forgot about the door.
We sensed undead all around.
Yeah,
A lot of them.
Well, it
so
was
it wasn't
evil spirits, so it was more that than undead. But Thala was screaming because of the burning tree. It showed the door that had keyholes that matched colored keys that some of you already had. Honest had the yellow key, blue key. Ian had the black key, and then Isaiah had a key all along from his family. He didn't know what it was for, but you guys used it in the moment. Does anybody have any ideas of what's going on with Thala?
I feel like it has something to do back with the original like first session when she was kidnapped by the ghost, and like in the end she was talking about how she gave them all of our names.
Yeah.
I feel like it has something to do with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got that feeling the moment Brad said she was hanging on to my arm, and then she went to like Daraguul's arm also, like just scared shitless. And I was like, oh no, something happened. But my character doesn't know this. So.
I can't metagame, damn it.
Right. Yeah, I was just curious what everybody thought about that, because after you guys put the keys in and went through that threshold, you reappeared, or however you want to say it, at least in whatever this is, whether it's a vision, actual events, whatever, you guys don't know, but you were back in Yardoon, and we were close to the end, so it sucked because Ian couldn't really play out like recognizing the place and then, you know, like rolling for it and stuff, but so I had to expedite it a little bit, and he knew where he was. He was in the Radiant Way. He was in the corner of the Radiant Way, where there's a keep built in to the stone fixtured walls there, and it's an old keep of Sidea, which is now just a storage facility because people don't worship her like they used to, and the Order of Azaran's kind of shut it down. But there was a door there similar to the door that you put the keys in, and then oddly enough there was some individuals there that Daraguul knew. And
I know those willow trees that are burnt down keep coming up.
Yeah.
So
desecrated willow trees.
Now have a druid in our midst.
That is
Potentially
true.
can help us out.
That is true. I like how
Of
you're
course
like
my
slipping him
character
that
does.
knowledge now, so next time that he's in game, he's like, oh, you know, I am a druid. Nature checks and stuff. But we ended the session. You guys reappeared in Yardoon. You were before a door of Sidea. It had keyholes in it. You were holding the keys. But then Thax Drell, which is an old working companion of Daraguul, was behind him. The man that took his job. None of you guys know him. Daraguul's, I think, only said that he's unemployed. he didn't really fill anybody in.
Yeah.
And homeless.
Yeah, he was unemployed and homeless.
The only thing we heard towards the end was, "I will crush your face betwixt my fingers."
Yeah, and as that happened, Thax, which you guys don't know him as Thax, who was just a heavily scarred Goliath man, began to change into creatures that resembled Thala, him and 4 others, and that's kind of where we ended. But whenever you guys went through the threshold earlier from the cellar into the woodlands, you guys took some damage, or was it the second time?
The fall.
It was the fall.
It was the fall.
It was the fall.
Yeah, it was the fall.
So you guys are heading into this encounter with, I mean, not a lot of health. Anybody that's actually watching the stream can see on the sidebar. I think Honest is sitting at like 2. Daraguul managed to take only a few damage, but the rest of them, everybody's pretty hurt. So, are we terrified of what Friday brings? Because you guys are ones that, other than, like, Justin's one of the only people that I've played with in recent times in our groups that is very life-preservy kind of a fella.
No, I
Ian's
make my
always one
characters to
run
live.
forward. Yeah? Just gonna be on the fly and in the moment type of thing, huh?
Yeah.
See how bad it's
I'm
gonna
not.
go?
I'm not.
I mean,
going
I'm hoping my
yeah.
hope my fighting tactics kind of.
We haven't had
help
like
play
a
a part.
real fight yet, for sure.
Yeah.
No.
This might be a bad representation of one, considering how hurt the party is.
Well,
So, yeah.
Ian can heal himself because he's a paladin. He has lay on hands. Doesn't use
He's
it that
almost all the
much,
way
but
up,
he
though.
can. Yeah.
So,
I have some healing that I can do because healing spirit.
Yeah.
Is awesome.
gonna be running that all. You guys are grouped too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, healing spirit's busted because you can place it and then bonus action move it 30 feet.
Yeah.
You can like move it back and forth. It's pretty dumb, but I think that it's gonna come in handy. Good thing I haven't home ruled it yet. So,
Yet.
yet. We'll see how badly broken it is next session. But that was pretty much the
Yeah.
session. Anybody that's curious of our main campaign, it's on YouTube. Just search Old Bones Grimm Tales. It's on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you can get podcasts. It's there as well. And the VOD is on Twitch. You just have to search Old Bones Grimm Tales. But into our actual Grimm Talks discussion. Today we're going to be building some party comps. And the magical number is 4. This is going to be... I'm just going to kind of jump in and out of the convo and moderate this a little bit. But I'm going to leave it up to an actual party of 4 players. Think of this as a session 0. Basic D&D campaign of, you know, just kind of normalcy. Dungeon crawls, whatever you're thinking. But we have to make a good party comp, a fun party comp, and then a really bad party comp. So whichever one you guys want to start with.
Just start with
You
the
wanna
good.
Yeah, so that's good.
Good/great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
A good party will always have a cleric in it.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Either
like cleric or
Always.
I knew you were going to
Yeah.
say that.
Some sort of support at least. Like, if not a cleric, then a bard or a druid that
Yeah,
just
I have-
focuses on like healing.
I would go
I have-
light cleric is what I would do.
Yeah, I still think light
I
cleric
played.
at the end.
Mhm.
With what race you thinking, Ian? For that light cleric.
I played dwarf before, but you could always go human. I mean, so variant human's going to be the strongest race. So if we really wanted to try and meta the crap out of the good like min-max, there should be a lot of variant human on there. But dwarf's very good.
That or
Well,
something at least with a wisdom boost and as a racial bonus.
Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, I think with dwarf you get there's a con modifier in one of them. So because you want good con too for saves, and you get
Oh,
HP per level, and you got to pass those con saves for sure.
You know, personally, I'm a heavy support style player, so I'd always have to go to my go-to. It's probably a halfling rogue with a light foot. Just
Very traditional thus far. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of like my go-to, and
We can do it this way too. I mean, everybody has their own play style. Ian usually plays frontline tank. Jay plays support. Wyler usually plays a frontline, but he's played a lot of different things. And then Shawn's also semi-support, semi-frontline. So the variable picks would be Wyler and Shawn. But we'll leave the support and the support and the tank, which are different, at least the way that we build them, to Jay and Ian. So Ian, you're going with cleric, life cleric. What race was you gonna go with?
I think I'm gonna stick it out with dwarf. I mean, you get the -5 to move speed, but that's not huge.
Well, you get two +2 bonuses, don't you? Either take mountain or hill dwarf, strength and con.
Yeah, so you're gonna get the modifiers. Half elf is not bad too.
No, it's not.
It's a 2-1-1.
This is also optimal. We're thinking like, what's the most optimal way to build a party? And this is just for like maybe new players with a new DM that are wanting to build a super optimal party to go in their first dungeon D&D campaign or dungeon crawl or module, whatever it is. So that's how we're wanting to think about it.
Yeah, I mean the basics is you got some kind of spellcaster, wizard, then you got some kind of healer, someone that can kind of do traps, which sometimes can be a wizard depending on what level. Yeah, and then the final one, you need someone to take that damage for you. Yeah, you need a front line, which would be either barbarian, fighter, tank, or in this case for this party, a paladin. But it depends on how your tank wants to play. If you're looking for just blind rage and just half damage, bear totem barbarian.
Yeah.
But if you're a fighter like me, I'll never just stand there and take hits. So an actual fighter.
The bread and butter class, like the easiest to pick up for sure.
Yeah.
But speaking of the support, so you were gonna go support rogue?
Is
that your pick?
Always that Lightfoot halfling rogue. That would be my pick for sure.
What subclass of rogue are we going with? I feel like that's important.
So I've only played the thief, assassin, and arcane trickster. And you already know my feeling on magic. But depending on the campaign my DM is running, it'd be either assassin or arcane trickster.
We'll assume this is like newbies, like going in to play like Storm King's Thunder, Lost Mine of Phandelver, something like that. Very new, just optimal D&D at its bones. So halfling Lightfoot.
Oh yeah. Trying to think of all the campaigns I've played.
Have you ever actually played a D&D campaign that was just basic? Like, I know that's kind of a loose term, but
actually, that's where most of my other DM would play is only stuff out of the player's handbook.
Yeah. So what do we think the most optimal subclass for rogue as a support would be?
Halfling got me out quite a bit.
Yeah. Subclass, not race. So the halfling's fine. The subclass of the rogue, like whether it be assassin,
Swash is always pretty great.
Swash is good, but that's very frontline for sure.
Yeah.
I was thinking Faith and just sticking to support because you can still get your sneak attack. You still get a bunch of proficiencies.
Tell you what would be kind of good. Scout.
Scout.
You'd be a skill monkey, and then you can what's sneak attack twice too at 17.
Yeah.
Against different targets.
You'll be the most roguey ranger possible.
Yes.
The most roguey ranger. We're gonna leave it up to Justin though. He's building the optimal support here.
I would actually stick with the thief subclass. So halfling, Lightfoot, thief, or rogue.
Halfling, Lightfoot, thief, rogue. Now we got our two like flex picks here, right? So we got a front line and the cleric. Well, see, that's the thing about cleric. He's the tank and he's a healer. So he's like big boy support, but we're calling him tank healer. And then the rogue's playing true support. So now we need two flex picks. So who wants to go first, Shawn or Wyler?
I'll let you go first, Shawn.
Okay.
What's your flex pick?
Well, I'm gonna go with the most flex class out of all of them, Warlock. You can make it into anything you want. One campaign that me and Brad played in, I made a heal-based warlock that worked very well with light clerics.
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk subclass and race for your warlock.
They could go. So, with the patron, they could go either just a basic fiend, or if you want to do what I did, like the heal type, you could go celestial, and then Pack the Blade's probably the most basic subclass out of all of them. Don't sleep on Pack the Tome though; that's pretty good.
What's your favorite race for a warlock?
I mean, I did Tiefling. That was pretty fun. But you could
that's where we're gonna do fun in a minute. What's the most optimal race for
I
a
think
warlock?
Tiefling might be the most optimal.
I think
I'm
Tiefling's
thinking too.
optimal.
Was it
I
T
can't
thing
think
or
of
you
anything
want T?
else.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
or an Azamar.
Yeah.
Azamar could work too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's one of those, like, if your DM's allowing that in the game, playing, like Tiefling half-blood type thing anyway.
You know,
Azamar's like, oh, I'm an angel.
half-elf would be good.
Half-elf
would be
a
really
half-elf
good.
almost anything is really good.
Yeah, that's
Plus 2
an ultimate
charisma,
race.
then 1/1.
Yeah.
Like
So
half
we'll
elf in
let
itself
Shawn
is
pick
just-
it for this optimal party.
I'll go Tiefling. Just
We're
because you
going
get that
Tiefling.
fire resistance, you
Yeah.
get Hellish Rebuke,
Yeah.
and there's something else too.
Darkness.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
considering we have a life cleric already in the party, are we still going celestial for the subclass?
I mean, that's what I would pick, just because they like work really well together. You have the light
Yeah, I mean,
cleric that
it's,
can do
it's lots
a
of
lot
healing,
of-
lots of smiting going on here.
yeah.
Okay. So celestial. So warlock, celestial, tiefling. All right. And then what's our other flex pick? I'm assuming this is going to be some kind of frontline, Wyler.
Yeah, just to kind of go with the theme we seem to have going here,
Yeah.
with the light cleric and the celestial warlock, I would go with paladin.
Pally,
God.
cleric, warlock, rogie. I did. All right. So paladin.
I would go vengeance simply for because between the subclasses of the paladin, conquest and vengeance have the most like offensive traits to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you go conquest, you have that you can use your channel divinity, do that +10 to your attack roll.
Ian's so proud of you right now.
And then
no. I'm trying to
and
jump the
then-
bones, but I should take them out on a date first.
and then you have the vengeance paladin that has like hunter's mark, and
Yeah.
then you get those enmities.
Yeah. So this is
Take
definitely
advantage on one target. Yep.
Yeah.
this is definitely a we can heal and we can survive and support each other through big fights.
Yeah.
High sustained party, which I think is very optimal. What so we're going vengeance. What's your race for this?
If I was to pick like a race, I would go Azamar, simply for
So is
To
that
kinda
is
go
that
with the theme
in your
with
opinion
paladin?
the most optimal race for a paladin in this party comp?
yes, just because it has the I would go with Protector Azamar simply because of the Divine Soul ability where you get to tack on
Yeah.
extra radiant damage for your level.
Let's assume that this is a new DM and he's afraid of one of his players playing a half angel. What race would you pick then?
In that case, I would go Tiefling
So a double
For
tiefling
optimal.
party. All right.
because they get that +2 to Charisma, which Paladin is Charisma-based class. Plus, you have that Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, yeah. Now, another layer that I want to add on top of this for the optimal party. Let's bring in how are you role playing these characters? And let's start back up with Ian. What kind of a guy is this? Just like in a couple words, sentences, however, like how are you role playing him?
A stand-up, loving guy, super compassionate, empathetic, the conscience of the party.
All right, so we got the compassionate, empathetic cleric, and then what about this rogue?
Well, judging from how everyone kind of picked everyone, pretty actual good party.
Yeah.
So you got to throw out the evil rogue and
Yeah.
probably just
I mean, do you have to
create-
though? Sometimes you
have
need
to,
the
though.
edge
You
lord
could
in the
be
party.
the chaotic rogue. You don't have to be evil.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
just-
Up to
Yeah,
you though.
run-
Up to you though.
question. Like I had something in mind, and like as the party creating itself is like, okay. So this is more the Hobbit style.
Okay, like
Yes.
a burglar.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like a
the
burglar
burglar.
style. Okay. Okay.
You're like Pippin.
Yep.
All right. So the Celestial Warlock.
Probably broken past trying to like do better for himself.
Sure. So the one that's fighting for something.
Yeah.
Bringing the party together because they want things to be better than their past. I get that. And then what about the Paladin? The Vengeance Paladin.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't say zealous, but pretty
It is
morally
vengeance.
uptight.
Yeah.
Morally. Yep.
Morally uptight, which is going to be great because you have a rogue, but he's being like a decent rogue and only stealing things that need to be stolen. Still conflict of interest, but at least you're a vengeance. This
I
isn't
feel
a
like
bad
this
party
turns
count.
into the rogue doing stuff. The paladin, don't do that, and then I gotta be
Yeah,
like,
the traditional.
don't fight with your brother.
Don't do it. Where were you last night, sir? I was with
It's
him,
interesting
the
that you're
paladin.
putting in that too.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason that we're doing party comps. There's another layer to this episode. Once we're done, you'll find out. But all right, so that's our optimal good party comp. Now let's move into let's have some fucking fun. So, starting back at the top with our support, Mr. Ian.
Give me a fucking paladin. I don't care
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
Any fucking kind.
All of it.
Give
Number
me
one.
a paladin. Give me the holy boots and the big sword.
So what's so you're walking in with the paladin. What subclass you picking if you're wanting to have fun?
We're gonna do great sword wielding paladin conquest with great weapon fighter and the great weapon feat.
So
We're
you're
doing
just going
plus
big
10s, minus
yep.
5s, big damage. We're gonna go crit build, so we're gonna do half orc, kind of similar to who I am now. Half orc for the extra die on the crit. You get to attack again if you crit and kill. Yeah, so half orc, paladin conquest, the 2 great weapon, the feat and the fighting style. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Get you a good sword, a good great sword.
And just
Let's roll
rush
some
it.
fucking die 8s, boys. That's what I'm saying.
What race are you picking?
Half orc.
Half
Half
orc.
orc for the brutal critical or whatever it's called.
So, and then how you role playing this guy if you're wanting to have fun?
If you want to have fun,
Yeah, this is the
it's
fun. This is the fun one.
kind of personal flair, but like a demon hunter would be cool. Like that's what you live for, is to seek out evil and demons and devils and what's unholy in the world and just bury it.
Yeah. Okay. So a demon hunting half orc conquest paladin, dual wielding and critting bitches for days.
Yes, rolling
much.
fucking.
And
I think
smiting.
it's 9. It's like 8 or 9 die 8 at the very end of it.
And then hoping that Brad gives you busted items so you can get a high AC and all that.
hoping.
All right, so Jay, true support, having some fun. What do you do?
A Forbulg druid.
Yes.
Druid. And then,
Circle of the moon, of
Furball.
course. That way, true support. I can spellcast, heal, and then if needed, I can also tank.
Yep. And how you role playing this guy in the party?
For this, being a Furbulg, I'd actually take kind of that background and like just being a hermit in itself, like any kind of civilization. Like you gotta act kind of just ignorant towards everything.
Yeah.
And then like as people are cutting plants out, like you gotta grow the plant back and like no.
Why do you do
Just
this?
use your size.
I've done
Stop
that
it.
before.
Awesome.
Oh no, I played a druid that was ignorant to everything, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The role play in itself could make it pretty fun. Just
No, it sounds really fun. And then, okay. Shawn, you're having fun. What's your flex pick?
Half elf bard.
We're playing here's the bard. The bard is
Here's the bard.
entered,
The bard,
Yes.
the bard has entered the
Enters the
chat
game.
room.
Yep.
and we're playing a half elf. What subclass? Bard's got a lot of stuff in their toolbox.
Probably go either basic lore or glamour, just to
We gotta
be
have
that
one.
skill monkey. Yeah.
Yeah,
and also
well,
cutting words.
this is
So just-
fun, so it's not really
yeah.
necessarily about, oh, I can roll good. Like, what are you doing
Yeah.
for the most fun as a bard? What subclass you picking?
Probably glamour.
Glamour. That does make sense. So doing that for fun, and then how you role playing this guy? For
Yep.
fun. How you having fun as this bard?
that basic bard, just
Doing everything.
always,
Cool,
yeah,
cool, cool,
yeah.
Everything's fine.
Being
No
good
big
at
deal.
everything.
So you're literally role playing him as a traditional bard.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Wyler, our next flex pick / frontline / whatever, because we're having fun.
If I was to play just for fun, I would go gunslinger.
All
There
right.
you go.
So, and everybody really likes that for, of course, reasons. So
We've
we're
got plenty of
going.
experience with that pick.
Yep.
Yes.
So we're going with a slinger, and then so race, and so this. Are we going like the third party gunslinger that we did, or are we doing the critical role version where it's the fighter subclass, right?
If we were just to stick with because I love that third party supplement
Well, it's
more
what
than anything.
it's what's for most fun. So there's a the steampunk compendium, right? That's where we got it from.
Yeah.
So I forget the actual site. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description of the YouTube video and the podcast one. But we played with a gunslinger archetype that was its own. It was its own class, wasn't it?
Yes.
And it had different subclasses too. So it was from the steampunk compendium. So are you going with that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going the steampunk slinger, and what race?
Tabaxi.
I see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
We may have played something like this before. And then, what was the subclass that you did for?
I did the virtuoso.
All right, and that was like tricks and stuff. What was the
Yeah, that
virtue?
was the one that was almost like a battle master fighter. It had the
Yeah.
superiority dice that you could burn to do certain tricks with your gun.
Yeah, and then how you role playing him?
I would play him almost like a bounty hunter.
Okay.
Kind of. I don't want to like stereotype, but kind of just like your typical, not your douchey bounty hunter, but you kind of like
You gotta have some confidence to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
think.
Walks into town, sits at the bar, tilts his head.
Yeah.
That kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
a cowboy, essentially.
Okay.
Who's causing trouble in the town?
yeah.
That kind of deal.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got a good, we've got the fun. Now
Like
let's
John
make
Wayne.
let's make a really bad party comp, like just
Oh
as
yeah.
bad as we can. Starting with the support.
What's the
Or
monk
tank,
that
I guess.
uses the elements?
What's the who?
Well,
Oh, of course you're gonna pick a monk.
Monk that uses the elements.
Of course,
Okay.
Ian is number one. What the way of the? Hey, who's played monk? I haven't played monk enough to know what that
Wyler,
subclass
that's-
is.
Wyler.
Wait,
His way of the four elements.
Way of the four
Yeah.
elements.
There we go. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
way of the
going-
four elements, monk.
We're
Yeah.
going
You
monk.
can really put monk any if you wanted to, but yeah, we'll go monk way of the four elements.
Monk, way of the four, and
Mhm.
what race?
Boy, I
Please
guess
go
like
There you go.
no, I think a gnome would fit better than a Goliath, right?
So the
Goliath
full,
is con strength. If you're looking for bad,
yeah, we're looking
That'd be
for
bad.
bad.
yeah, give me a Goliath monk way of the four.
Okay.
There's your bad. There's your never play it. Throw it. In
How
the,
how
throw it in
you
the bin.
how you role playing him?
Just the most generic martial art kind of head bowing challenge for strength kind of guy.
What's give me what kind of intelligence does this guy have?
It's not going to be high.
So a low intelligence. A low
Probably
intelligence.
very, very gullible if I had to guess. Not very good with puzzles.
So a low intelligence, straightforward monk that's highly gullible.
Mm.
All right, Justin. So
We have the same sentiment when it comes to monk. So now I feel like I gotta pick something else.
I mean,
Nah,
do
That was
you?
my
Do
go-to
you?
pick.
Double up on monk. Let's let monk have it.
You can do whatever
Because
you want.
I that's the only class I truly dislike.
Is monk?
Me too. Same, yeah.
I get it. We're all on that bandwagon, it seems.
Sorry, Wyler.
I'm not.
Oh no,
Yeah,
you're fine, dude.
Hold on over here.
It's nothing personal, Wyler. It's
Nothing personal.
Strictly book.
So what are you building as a bad character? Your buddy Ian walks in and says, "Hey, I'm playing this monk thing," and you're like, "Oh, okay. Now what do I do to make this even worse?"
Well, I don't even know any of the subclasses for monks because I started reading them. I was like, this is awful.
Yeah.
From the
Okay, so
very
we're going.
beginning, like-
I'm assuming we're going monk. Okay, what's the other
Yeah.
subclasses, Wyler? We got Way of the Four Elements.
Drunken Master, Way of the
Drunken
Open
Master.
Hand, Long Death, Sun Soul, and the new one, which is Astral Cell.
Okay, let's go. So we got a Way of the Four Elements. Give me the other. What was it? 3 basic ones.
Role play with
Drunken
Drunken
Master.
Master would be fun.
Drunk blood.
It could be fun, but you could also roleplay it in a way that it's bad. So if you wanted to do that, that makes sense.
Drunken Master, but I'm trying to take sobriety.
A drunken master that's trying to quit drinking.
Yeah.
And what race are you giving him?
Something.
Dragonborn
what is the
would
monk
be
class?
Like, it would be like off theme. Half orc would too, because they're like strength builds, right? And
You can
Yeah,
make it
it's
even
dex.
worse and go full orc and get that intelligence
the
drop.
minus to intelligence shit. You can go full
Yeah.
orc.
Yeah.
That or like a goblin or something.
Whichever one you want, you tell me.
Go with a goblin because I think they get a negative in a couple of things.
Yeah. Okay. 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 What kind of? So how you role playing him first?
Class makes no sense. Well, just kind of like drunken master, but I'm trying to quit drinking. But that's like the only way I could get stuff done in a fight.
So you're a goblin drunken master monk going through withdrawal constantly. And
Yes.
you can't use your abilities half the time because you're not drinking.
Exactly.
Nice.
Well, it also
Terrible,
sounds
but
fun at
nice.
the same
It does. I know it does. And then we've got Shawn. Give me a bad flex pick.
Orc sorcerer.
Ooh, spicy.
Wild
An orc-
magic.
No, I
orc
gotta ask. I gotta
sorcerer.
ask. An orc sorcerer or an
Yes.
orc wizard?
I think they're both really bad. We'll go orc wizard just because.
Because wizard actually has to like write spells in a spell book.
Yes.
He uses
Yeah.
the book. What if he can't read?
What if you can't read or write? Yes, this is great.
So we're going
He
wizard.
tries to feel the magic.
orc, like
No, he-
full orc.
Yeah.
Oh god. What's a subclass of wizard that we'd go with for this?
I don't know any of the subclasses.
I think it's a pick 'em.
Yeah.
Spell sculptors for evocation. You can sculpt around for your damaging spells.
You'd probably go damage, right? Just because
Probably
you
go
don't
damage,
care about
yeah.
anything else. So what's the most?
Yeah.
What's the evocation subclass for wizard? Or not evocation?
Evoker.
What- Is it? Yeah. Okay. I knew what I was talking about for a moment. We don't play a lot of wizards. I have no
No.
idea. And this
I-
is bad.
I
We've
don't
been
like
playing a long time,
wizards.
and I don't know the subclasses of wizard, man.
Well, I've started 2 wizards, and we've
Just-
cut short on both of them.
How do you role play this guy that can't read but he's a wizard?
He creates his own language to write down the spells and does it, but they're always wrong.
Nice.
beautiful.
So like
He
all
can't
the
read his
spells are
own
backfiring.
language.
Yeah,
he can't
yeah.
even read his own language.
Yeah.
Backfire, created a language, got hit in the head, intelligence dropped more type of thing. Wyler, you're finishing off this terrible party. How do you do
Oh God.
How do you do it?
Shit. I'm actually having I'm really kind of stuck here because there's.
Oh, you cut
uh,
out there. Oh no, there you're back. You're back.
a gnome barbarian.
Well, no barbarian's not that bad, actually. But I get where you're going here. 3, so Wyler 4. So we're going barb, and then we're going to do gnome. What subclass of barbarian?
I would actually go with that just to kind of fit in with Shawn's wizard. I would go with the new wild soul barbarian that actually relies on the wild magic table.
Oh gosh. Okay. So random gnome barbarian, and I'm assuming
with
this
Wyler
is,
rolling.
would this be like a barbarian that doesn't have a very high strength type of thing, like the
No,
polar
yeah.
opposite of a good gnome barbarian?
He has
Yeah.
brittle bones disease. Every time he hits something, he breaks something.
Like he has a high
Yeah.
intelligence because of his magic, but
Yeah.
low strength.
And then how would you roleplay him?
He gets his rage to the irritation of the party around him.
Okay. So rage. All right. So what I want you guys to do is you've got your good, and then your fun, and then your bad. I want you guys to talk and come up with what kind of campaign you'd want to see each of these run through. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
Okay. Well, the ugly one we have to go through. I forgot the name of the tomb.
Tomb of Horrors.
Yeah, Tomb of Horrors. I have to go through that. We were dying like the first 5 seconds.
Mm.
Like we won't even actually get into the tomb.
No.
Somehow like cause a rock slide.
Brad puts a giant right in front of the tomb. Just be like, no, you're not getting in here. I'm like, well, okay.
We tried.
We tried. Let's see here. The fun one. I know it'll be a fun one. Red hand of doom.
Mm.
That's always fun.
That's always fun. That's
Yeah.
good shit, dude.
Good shit.
We could try and attempt what we did. We did like a 1 day.
Oh, yeah, the red hand of doom in 1 day. That was a fun one.
Which one you guys talking about currently?
We're talking about the fun one. The ugly one, we have to
Okay.
go through the Tomb of Horrors.
So the ugly one is Tomb of Horrors. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then we're talking fun right now
Yeah. So
Okay.
red hand of doom.
for the fun one. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so what's like the optimal one? And since we're going this way, let's just do modules for each one. Like your to make it easier, I guess, on you guys.
Yeah.
For the optimal one, honestly, I've never played it, but I'd say Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Sure. Yeah.
Mad Mage.
Well, we've got a lot of radiant damage, don't we?
Yeah.
Something against evil.
Okay,
Just
then
Something
Out of the
against,
Abyss?
yeah.
Yeah.
Out
the
of the
abyss.
abyss would be a good one, yeah.
Yes. That's what I was trying to think. I was like,
Out of the
what kind of
abyss.
damage were we doing there?
Mostly
Alright, so-
radiant.
So for the good party, you're running them through Out of the Abyss because you think they're the most prepared to kind of make it through that.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And then for fun, Red Hand of Doom because it's our fucking favorite thing that we've done.
Mhm.
Ever.
We've done the
Yeah.
actual module, and then we've done a homebrewed version, and then we ran it in a day, and yeah, so that makes sense. And then you guys picked Tomb of Horrors. Could you imagine? Could you
It'd be
imagine?
bad. It'd be bad.
Boy,
So,
that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so
We
what
actually played Tomb of Wars on my birthday.
you did. Hey, well, that's a good thing because you'll be prepared. So what we've done here today is lined up 3 one-shots that I'm going to run with these party compositions.
Yes.
So we're gonna run a Underdark Out of the Abyss style one-shot with
You're a
an optimal party.
motherfucker, you know that? Oh,
And then we're going to do a Red Hand of Doom style one-shot with the fun party. And then boy, oh boy, Tomb of Horrors, and it's so good because Halloween is coming. So I'm assuming that'd be a good idea.
Everyone cringe at the same time.
I can't wait. This is gonna be so great.
we won't get through the front door.
No.
So for
Motherfucker, dude.
for
it's only
around
it's gonna be an hour. That's it.
maybe we'll see. I'm homebrewing it, and so it's gonna be a one shot. So it won't be the traditional because I can't do a full Out of the
It
Abyss
won't be as
playthrough.
gross.
We're gonna do them in 4 to 5 hour one shots. I think we'll do Tomb of Horrors for Halloween because that'll be fun. Red Hand of Doom we can do around Christmassy time or whatever, and then we can do the Out of the Abyss one first of the year or something like that. But yeah, so that's gonna be awesome. So in like a month we get to run you guys through the Tomb of Horrors. It's gonna be fucking great.
Fuck yeah.
A homebrewed
I think
version.
I would like to change my characters now.
Oh no! I wrote it all down. Do not worry. I'll even type it up and send it to you guys so you remember. For the Tomb of
You can
Horrors.
have it on video.
For the Tomb of Horrors, I'm going to be assigning you guys your ability scores based on the information you've given me.
Can I get 3 intelligence, please?
Believe me, it's not going to be good for the main. There's going to be a stat dump, so like it looks like, yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great, guys.
And
So yeah, go ahead.
Give me like high strength just for no reason.
Just for no reason.
Yeah, just for no reason.
Yeah, probably. But I think that's going to be hilarious, and we got to figure out why this band of bad characters are wandering into the Tomb of Horrors of all places. Hey, renown and wealth and glory, my friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's our Grimm Talks on optimal party compositions, a fun party composition and a really bad one. And what's even more fun is you guys in the upcoming months get to see how these party comps work out in some one-shots. Thanks to everybody for watching, and we'll see you Friday as we turn the page to Chapter 4 of our Laura campaign. Bye-bye!
So yeah.
Yeah.